What's up, guys? My name is Corey Berry, and I am the Sales CEO. And so what I'm going to talk to you today about is how to overcome objections, which, by the way, we cover in my objection crushing step in my 9-step Sales CEO process. So, look, I'm super excited to be able to offer this to you, to give you this information. I want you to use it. I want you to use it. I want you to try it out, practice it, all that good stuff. We're just going to cover some sales objections. That's it, right? So I'm going to give you 4 basic steps to this, right? The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to listen, right? Actively listen, right? Because you want to pay attention to what your customer's talking about so you can answer them with a legitimate answer, not just some canned response that you've come up with because that's what you were thinking about before the person ever started talking. You'll lose somebody so quick that way it's not even funny. So, look, you also want to understand people are complex. We don't always say what we mean to say, or sometimes it's misinterpreted what we say. This happens between my wife and I all the time. I'll say one thing, she hears something different, or vice versa, right? So it's important when you are talking to your customer or client or prospect, the goal is for you to reiterate back to them or regurgitate, whatever you want to call it, paraphrase, the information they just said back to you, right? So the third part to this is you're going to want to respond, right? Whether they seem like whether it seems like a serious issue to you or not, acknowledge that your prospect's concerns are valid. All right. So the fourth part to this is you want to confirm, reiterate the objection and confirm that it was able to be overcome, right? The prospect will be happy and move forward with the deal. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, okay? So the first objection we're going to handle today is now's not a good time. We hear this crap all the time. So timing is a common problem for several reasons. In fact, there are actually 2 objections hiding in here. I personally don't have time to handle this, number 1. Number 2, this is really not a good time to buy, right? Either way, you need to investigate further so you can know how to proceed. All right, so objection 2, it's too expensive. Oh, we hear this shit all the time. So a sales objection to price is not as straightforward as it sounds. Sure, there could be a lack of cash, absolutely, but there's also the opportunity for them to be brushing you off, right? And, at the end of the day, it's hard to tell which one, but you just got to dig deeper. So, number 3, I'm already in a contract. Here's an easy one, right? I'm in a contract objection. It's a straightforward concern, right? And you can answer it pretty simple, right? So, number 4, just send me the information. It pisses me off when people say this because it wastes time, right? Or it could be, or just send me the information or call me at a later date, right? This could be interpreted 2 ways, depending on whether they said this early or late in the call, and that will be something that you'll have to dig into, right? Number 5, I don't have time to deal with this right now. And look, it may sound like a brush off, and it's probably true. To be honest with you, it's probably true. No one has time for anything extra these days. Think about it. You are in the same position. You don't have time for anything extra. I don't have time for anything extra. It is what it is. But, it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, so I need to run this past my boss. That's another one. Number 6. So whether or not you encounter this objection, it really depends on the company size, to be honest. In larger companies, people will tell you, I need to run it past my boss, and that very well may be the case. But here's the key. You can prepare that person when they run it by the boss of what to say. So it's an opportunity for you to sell the person that's going to sell your product or service to the boss. So you could always, your product our product X is cheaper, right? We hear that all the time. Ever so often, the target will attempt to shut you down by referring to your competitors. This is why it's important to know your competitors, know what you're dealing with, know who you're up against, because if you have that industry knowledge, have that other company knowledge, that competition knowledge, you can bounce right back, right? Number 8, right? Number 8 is, you don't offer feature X, right? These days, people are used to and expect personalization from all products, period. Sometimes that's possible, sometimes it's not, and it is what it is. So, number 9, I need to get a few more quotes, right? In the trades, we hear this all the time. The shopping around objection can be frustrating, but it's super common, and you just got to remember that it can hide multiple objections. It may be a general brush off, or it may be the truth, and they really need to shop around, right? Number 10, you have a bad review. Dealing with a negative word of mouth or bad reviews is a great opportunity for growth. You can make you can't make bad publicly disappear, but you can learn what you did wrong and improve it. So, number 11, this is my favorite, because where the hell did you get my name? Right? Most salespeople will face aggressive prospect at some point or another. It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Somebody's going to cuss you out. I call this getting punched in the mouth, right? So, number 12, no one is home. This isn't technically an objection, but it can have the same effect on your prospecting efforts, right? What happens when you get to the prospect? What happens when you can't get the prospect to respond, right? Can't get them to answer the door or whatever, right? So here's 12 of the most common sales objections. Look, in my 6th step of my 9-step sales CEO syndicate strategy, we go over all this stuff. We make sure you don't have to deal with these objections anymore. We crush the objections. And I hope that you got some value out of these today. And guess what? Just go and practice this stuff. Use it on other people, right? You want to make sure you learn this stuff, guys, because it's super important. And look, if you want more further help, I have a group coaching opportunity that, I'm only taking 12 people. You're more than welcome to jump in. Just shoot me a message, and I'm happy to give you the details on that. Because I promise you, if you join my group coaching, you will be a rock star salesperson. And you'll have that rock star bank account like a rock star salesperson. Your confidence is going to go up. You're going to be, you're going to be a closer. At the end of the day, you're going to be a closer. Now imagine that. Imagine what it would feel like to be able to walk into an appointment knowing you have a 90% closing ratio. That's what I can show you how to do. So, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you.